Hello, everyone. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. I remain your host, Kike Lomo, and I'm here with my very wonderful guests. Can you introduce yourself, please?
Hello everyone. My name is Muqaddis Kolawole. I'm a current student of Cyprus International University. I'm the co-founder of SFX Money app, head of marketing and design.
Okay, so we have an entrepreneur in the building, and we have a lot to share with you today. So, before we go straight into the video, Kolawole, can you tell us a bit about your journey, what inspired you to start SFX, and everything related to your entrepreneurship?
Okay, SFX Money app began from a place of pain, I would say, or a place of concern, and all started by we trying to build something of our own. When we look at the land that we have or the country that we find ourselves, we would realize that majority of foreign migrants, or let me restrict it to African students in North Cyprus, and Turkey, Cyprus, North Cyprus, this Turkish region most especially, something is common. There is a particular problem that is common among all African students, which is movement of money. Coming to Cyprus, we are not able to use our local bank card. We are not able to directly pay transferring from our local bank. Everywhere you go, you are being told your currency is not accepted here. You need to get USD, pounds, euros, or Turkish lira before you can spend. So everybody started relying on P2P. I know someone who knows someone that has this currency I need. Some African students rely on Western Union, some rely on MoneyGram. Some Nigerians as well rely on local domiciliary accounts, which take days. It also very cost. Let's say for example, if you are trying to send 1,000 USD from Africa to this region, you'd probably spend about 70 USD extra, which is a lot of money. And then sometimes there is this time factor, usually nothing less than 48 hours before you receive your money. And then when you also look at those that want to pay tuition fee, there's something we call Form A in Nigeria. Some of the students would have to fill Form A, and it takes a lot of time. Sometimes it takes months before the Form A is being attended to, or before you receive your money. So all of these were a continuous problem. All of these were something that we were tired of, and we decided that okay, we needed something. SFX started not by myself, but by a friend of mine, Martin Chidume. He was the one who started SFX initially, came up with the idea, but myself and my other co-founder joined him on the long run. And then even though every one of us, every African student, you'd see, I would say 80% of African students have the idea of wanting to build something like SFX. Some people tried, some people could not continue, some people have the fear to begin. But we, in our own case, we felt the pain, we saw the problem firsthand, and then we decided that we're going to do it. So it began from that level. And then looking at the journey, continuing the journey, you know, African students would be like, okay, let me go and open a Turkish lira account or a Turkish lira bank or a Turkish bank, whatever one. And then you'd get there, they would tell you you need to go and bring $500 for you to have an account. It happened to me personally. I walked into about three Turkish banks, and I was told that before I can open an account as a student, I would need $500. And in my mind, I'm like, if I have that $500, would I come to the bank that I need an account? So it was very very crazy. And then we said we could not continue this way. We said no, we needed something of our own. We needed to do something different. We needed to bridge the gap of sending and receiving money. Essentially, we needed to bridge the gap of money movement. So it all started with we understanding the blockchain technology, because after looking at all means of we bridging the gap, one thing that struck with us was building on blockchain technology. So we started researching on how we can utilize blockchain technology to build this product. We started by going on the doors of students in Famagusta. It was started in Famagusta, not Cyprus. And then we were knocking on student doors, telling them, if you have Naira, start with Nigerian students specifically. If you have Naira, we can help you to get whatever currency you need in few minutes, very fast and swift. So Martins on the other end was just doing the P2P, going around talking to students. And then, on the long run, we started relating or interacting with students. And then we kept on having the assurance that this problem was there. So the more we talk to people, the more we understand that okay, this problem is a major one. So moving from the P2P, knocking on people's door, we said okay, we needed to build something that everybody can access from the comfort of their zone. People should be able to move money without we knocking on their door, without them coming to us. So we started progressing, we started scaling a little bit, little by little, little by little, up to when we built our money app that is currently live on Apple Store and Play Store. We released that last year, April 2025 was when we released the money app. So in short, SFX Money app came from a place of pain, a place of concern, and with the intention to build something different and something of our own.
That's honestly amazing. And all doing all this as a student, I know it hasn't been easy. So definitely now I'm curious and I want us to go to the place of education. Firstly, how have you been able to maintain the balance? Because you spoke about going door to door, you spoke about and you stay in Famagusta, or where
I
do you
still
stay?
push.
Oh, okay. So how are you able to balance the SFX money and also education at the same time?
At the beginning, for me, it was pretty much easy because one thing I was majorly doing in SFX, I was majorly doing designs. So and design was something I've been doing since the COVID. So it was something that does not really take my time. I design very well. I design freely. I design without having a blockage from any other thing I was doing. So multitasking was something I have always done well from when I was young. So at the beginning, I never saw it as something. It was not distracting. It was not something I worried about. But as we continue to scale, you continue to have a lot of responsibility. You continue to have a lot of users to manage, and you continue to want to build that value. So I think I was in my second year when SFS came to play, and then throughout my second year, everything was going fine and good. Education was not being disrupted. Everything was going smoothly. But when we started scaling, then it started becoming a problem. Educationally, the motivation was a little bit going because honestly, when you start doing something you love to do, that thing that you think you were doing before will probably start becoming a problem. And speaking about education, I am a fan of education. Education is good, but then I do believe that education is something that should not just go alone. I don't know if you understand what I meant. Education, when you are pursuing education, it is very important in the 21st century that you try to do something along because the job market is very, very wide. Or, sorry, the job market is very, very tiny. And then the number of graduates we have on a yearly basis is so much that the job market cannot consume. So I have always have it in mind that education is one thing I am going to have the degree, but I should be able to say by the time I graduate, I have this thing that I am doing, or I should be able to say I have this thing established already. So trying to balance getting that degree and also maintaining being an entrepreneur has been crazily serious. Sometimes education would be a little bit low, maybe 30%, 20%, while the entrepreneurship life is, higher because you are trying to pursue something. And on the other end, again, you want to try to balance as well, but you probably are not finding that balance. What do? I work with priority.
Mhm.
Okay, I have an exams and I have to speak to an investor.
Mm.
What do I do in this kind of situation? I have been there. It is something that I have been able to make a decision, or I have been tested to make a decision. I remember there was a time I wanted to have a very important meeting with a particular investor, and that particular day I was having a test. And I'm like, nah, what am I going to do? The same time, the same day, everything was happening.
Mm.
Anyways, for me, I forfeited the test because I know I could make up for that test, but I might not be able to make up for the investor.
Mm.
Investor would probably not want to speak to you again. Investor would probably not come, like that particular investor will probably not come back to you again. And you are unsure if that will be the investor that is going to probably believe in what you are building
Mm.
and trust you with their money. But tests could always come back. You could speak to your lecturer, you could speak to your this thing, and there is always a makeup in CIU. So I had to, forfeit. Now, some students that are, too, should I say, too educational, or that's, everything was or is all about education, would probably not be able to do this in my own situation. But what do I tell people? It is all about individual. The way I think is not the same way you watching me will think. So it all depends on what you want. It all depends on your priority and what you think is best for you. So balancing education and any other thing you're doing, it could be business, it could be anything else. Balancing both all depend on we as an individual.
Honestly, that's so interesting how you've been able to kind of, let me say, kind of balance your entrepreneurship and education. And I like the fact where you spoke about you, when it comes down to it, you focus on priorities. And the fact that some people who are more education focused, they would definitely never forfeit a test for an investor. So yeah, we do all think differently. But can I ask, what course are you studying currently?
Artificial intelligence engineering.
Okay. So you're studying artificial intelligence engineering. How, what is your perspective on AI? Like, are you also part of the people that are scared that AI might take over jobs? Like, what is just your perspective on AI?
Well, AI is not here to take anybody's job. I would say that for a fact. AI is here to complement whatever skill or whatever services you're offering. Um, if I have a skill, okay, let me not even talk about skill. Let me talk about services. Let's say, for example, you go to the hospital, you are sick, and a nurse is going to take care of you. The way a nurse is going to take care of you is never going to be compared to the way a robot is going to take care of you, or an artificial intelligence is going to take care of you. Human beings have emotions, they can easily communicate and connect. AI is being fed on information that is being given to it. If you tell AI 1 plus 1 is 5, and if I am using that particular AI and I ask him 1 plus 1 is what, it's going to tell me 5. If today every one of us come with a manipulative information and we put it online, AI is going to feed from all of this information to give you whatever you need. AI is not here to take our jobs. AI is only here to complement what we are doing and to make things faster. Without I can write a school project of 500 pages in 3 months. With I can write it in 24 hours. So AI is not here to take away your job. AI is only here to complement your job or your skill or your services.
Okay. Okay, so we've settled that one. But I want to know, honestly, you, in you being in artificial intelligence line, has that also contributed to, let me say, the success or the progress of your entrepreneurship or your business? Like your education, has it in any way contributed to anything to do with your business?
Yeah, very well. Um, Being in AI department or education in general, I would say has contributed a lot in my entrepreneurship journey. Um, when it is one thing for you to be educated, it is another thing for you to understand business or to understand what you're passionate about. With education, you would be able to break more doors or get into doors. Without education, you might not be able to get into those particular doors. Education, AI. Okay, let me talk about AI and my work. I mentioned earlier that I am a designer, 5 years experience. And then back in COVID, AI was not that popular. There was AI, but AI was not as popular as we have it today. If I was to design something, there was no ChatGPT for me to give a prompt to design something for me. There was no Canva AI for me to give a prompt to design something for me. I have to, brainstorm, go on Pinterest, Freepik, go on Google, just check for similar designs, brainstorm on how I can make something different and how I can make something that is going to be very, very good looking to the eye. So with AI, I could easily tell him, okay, I want to design a particular design for a particular purpose, and I can tell the AI to prompt me or to give me ideas on what color, what font, how the design style could look like, the typography, the hierarchy of the design, and all. And then design I'm supposed to make for 3 hours, I could easily just come up with it in 30 minutes because I already gave AI or ChatGPT or whatever the concept of what I'm trying to do, and it can easily, give me ideas that I can work on, color templates and every other thing, and I can easily work on it. And then outside designing, when we look at research, because in the entrepreneurship journey as well, you need to make a lot of research. You need to understand the pain point of your users. You need to understand a lot of things in the market. You need to also study your market. Without AI, it's something that's going to take a lot of time. And somebody like me, I'm not the kind of person that wants to sit down for hours to read. So I prefer something that is just very easy for me. I have the first-hand information with me, and I'm able to just utilize it the way I want. So with AI, I'm able to finish up research. I'm able to tell him that okay, I'm trying to get this information. Just fetch it from wherever I want to fetch it for me, and then provide me with whatever I want. So education or AI has helped a lot in my entrepreneurship journey.
Okay, that's honestly amazing to know how much education has actually, in a way, contributed to how much you know about AI and how you can improve your business. But what is your advice? What advice would you give to someone who is going into tech, anything related to tech, but let's say AI for the first time, but they are not on the line of education, like they are not going to get any type of formal education? Because there are some things that you can just do without having a degree for it. So someone who just wants to go into tech, but they have no formal education, what would you advise them?
Okay. I'd not say an advice, but maybe in a way it's also going to be an advice. The first thing you should ask yourself is why are you going into tech? Majority of people we have into tech or in the tech line today are there because of somebody, because they want to feel among, because maybe Kolawole is doing this, I also want to be parts, I don't want to be left alone. Honestly, tech is for everybody, and at the same time tech is not for everybody. You necessarily do not need to be a developer or a programmer or a designer or a data analyst before you can be part of technology. If you are able to ask yourself the why and you're able to sincerely answer that question, then you can now proceed to okay, how do you want to go about it? What exactly do you need it for? You need to understand the reason why you are going into tech. If you're able to sincerely answer that question, the big why, then you can now start asking yourself, what exactly do I need it for? Because one thing is for you to be interested in tech, another thing is for you to know and understand what exactly do you want tech for. I could be interested in designing, I could be interested in programming, but in real sense, I might not be needing it. In real sense, I might not be well focused in it. I am studying artificial intelligence engineering, but I'm not the type that codes. I understand coding, I can sit down to program, but I do not enjoy coding. I do not enjoy writing, sitting down on my laptop and writing code. I prefer designing than writing code. Does not mean that I cannot study artificial intelligence engineering. So if you're able to understand what exactly you need that technology for, what do you want to achieve with it, how you can ask yourself or you can put yourself on something in 5 years from now, what do I want to where do I want to see myself? What exactly do I want to achieve with this thing I'm about to do? You make a little bit research, you ask a lot of questions from those that are in it already. What are they doing with it? What are the challenges? You need to also start preparing your mind because the road would never be smooth. So you need to understand and prepare your mind that there would be a lot of obstacles. So you need to make sure that you are ready to sacrifice a lot. I'm into tech. Yes, there is money in tech. Tech is very, very sweet, but nobody would ever tell you the sacrifices you have to make before you get to that money level. So you need to prepare yourself that there would be a lot of obstacles, and you're asking yourself again another why. Am I doing this thing because I want to make money? Or I am doing this thing because I want to be vast with this particular knowledge and I want to make impact in society? If you are doing it for a particular reason, then there might be a problem. You should do it with no reason, with just passion and the idea or the mindset that you want to make impact in society. If you are doing something for a reason, let me just break it down. If you are doing it for money, if the money is not coming, I bet with you are going to drop it. But if you are doing it just because you have passion for it, just because you want to create impact or you want to make impact in the society, then the money is coming. If the money is coming, if the money is not coming, you would continue to grind, you continue to push until you get to that level that you can say, yes, I was part of this thing. Yes, I was the one who built this thing. Yes, I was the one who created or who assisted in establishing this thing. So whatever you want to do, you need to be sincere with yourself rather than trying to be among or to be part of something. So first, be sincere with yourself, and secondly, ask yourself why exactly are you doing it, and then you can just begin. A lot of people have fear of beginning, but I will tell you just start. Just begin from anywhere. You don't need to have a laptop. You don't need to have an iPhone, a very big device, or anything. Just start from somewhere. Whatever you want to do, content creating, programming, designing, you can design with your phone. I started designing with my mobile phone. So whatever you want to do, just begin. That is it. Just begin.
Okay, so quickly, is just out of curiosity, was your hardest course? What is your hardest course currently in university?
Operating system.
Ah, okay. Okay. So now we've spoken about education, we've gotten to know a little bit about you and your business. So let's focus on your business and your entrepreneurship. You talk about the fact that people should be willing to sacrifice. They should know that the journey won't come easy, so they should be willing to sacrifice. But I want to know what is your own, or what was or is, if you're still experiencing it, biggest challenge in relation to your business.
Rejection. Rejection is my or our biggest challenge, or my biggest challenge. Let me just individualize it. My own biggest challenge is rejection. As I speak, we have faced more than 90 rejections from investors trying to, just wanting them to believe in what we are doing. Not because they do not believe in our product, not because we are not doing something great, not because we are not solving a problem, but because of the market we find ourselves. Investors are seeing more risk than potential in this market. So rejection have been the biggest challenge for us, or for me. And then it's something that not everybody would be able to handle.
So, with that rejection, how have you been able to pick yourself up and keep going?
Um, okay, like I said, rejection is not something that everybody can handle. Um, and it's not something that is easy to handle. Again, um, when it started, it was like a normal thing. But then on the long run, on the 25th one, 26th one, it started looking like, are we cost? You know, you start asking yourself, are they doing us? But like I said again, we had no reason for beginning except for making impact and building something of our own. We're not after the money. We're not after making being rich or something. That's secondary. Yes, of course, you are going to make money from what you're building. You'd be rich from what you're building if God says so. But then it is secondary. Primarily, we're trying to make impact. Um, thank God for the kind of co-founders I have. We have always believed in God. We have always say that okay, we continue to build on this journey. But I remember that one question I used to ask myself. A lot of time I wanted to quit. Personally, I wanted to quit. I would be like, okay, let me just wake up today and tell my co-founder that I'm no more interested in this. I just want to get out because I can't continue. But I ask myself questions every time. Just one question: if I quit today and my co-founders also decide to quit just because of rejections, how many people are going to suffer from our decision? Right now, we have about 6,900 people actively using our platform. If we say we are not doing again, then we are cutting short a solution that we have built for 6,900 people. We would have to get them back to square one. So when we think about this, personally, when I think about this, it keeps me going. There are times that there are some kind of rejection that comes that hit me so bad, especially when you already put your mind to it. I remember a lot of times that we got to the final line of badging that particular investment, and then deal just cut off. I remember times I cried. I'm like, when is it going to stop? When exactly is somebody going to tell us that I am giving you this money people need? Not because we need the money to be rich, but because we needed the money to scale and even build more value for our people. But then, nobody is ready. And times that I also get down when you walk into an investor's office and it tells you because you are a Nigerian, he cannot give you his money. We have faced it. They tell us because we are Nigerian. To the fact that they told us that if we are from South Africa or they were mentioned some African country, they were going to probably have given us their money. But being a Nigerian has also been another big factor for us. So it's handling everything, issues that you do not even know how it began. You are a Nigerian, yes, but you are not the Nigerian that is giving the bad impression about Nigerians. But you have to handle it. You have to be part of that particular what's it called? You have to suffer from it. So it has been very, very difficult. But again, one thing kept me going personally, even my co-founders, if we quit, how many people are going to suffer from our decision? So with that, we are able to continue to grow. There are some times that when the rejection comes, we feel down, we feel demoralized, we feel demotivated to want to continue, but not for too long. It does not get to 24 hours before we pick up again that no, let's continue doing this, let's continue building, let us continue grinding. So you just have to handle it the way you think you can handle it. Again, not everybody will be able to handle it. I might be able to handle up to 90 rejection. You might not be able to handle up to even 2 rejections. So you need to find which one which one is going to be best for you, or which one you would be able to handle. Again, this is part of tech that nobody will tell you about. Nobody will tell you about all the sacrifices that they made, all the rejections, all the challenges. But what you are going to see is the success story. What you are going to see is the money that they are making. What you are going to see is the end result of what they are doing. So you need to also be prepared. I might be facing 90 rejection. You might face 180 rejection. So you need to prepare yourself. You need to prepare yourself.
Okay, that is amazing. I just want to know what's one skill that this everything has taught you, but school never taught you about it.
Ah, okay. I'll say patience. I'm not sure in school you will be patient enough. School would not teach you to be patient. School would be on your neck. School would want you to do 155 things at the same time. School want to blow your brain. But outside school, you know, handling all of this rejection, handling your staffs, handling your users, handling a lot of things, being an executive member of a company that has over 6,900 users, you have to be patient, or patient rather. There are times that users would come to you, you know, even though they are wrong, you have to be cool enough to come down to their level and make sure you do not escalate things. So, in the line of what I'm building, in the line that I have find myself, patience is one thing that I have learned so far, that I would say I probably will not get that in school for a lot of reasons. Students would understand what I'm saying. But yeah, patience. I can't think more of other skills because I probably have developed some majority of the skills I currently have today before coming to the uni. So I would not be able to think of majority of it.
Okay. Lastly, for the question segment, I want to know, God forbid, if everything comes crashing down and everything fails, and let's say one, you don't have anything left, what is the first thing you would do? What's the first thing you do the next day?
Okay. What's the first thing I'll do the next day? I'll build again. I'll start building again. SFX might not be the only thing I am currently building. As I speak, I am currently, putting my eggs in different baskets. I'm not putting it in one basket because, like I said, God is in control. There is nothing that we do today. If God does not bless it, or if God does not say that this thing is going to work, you cannot force it. If the whole world comes together and tells you that they would help you, if God says no, you will not get help, you definitely not get that help. And if the whole world say okay, they would do you harm, or they are going to make it to crumble, if God says you are going to be successful from it, you definitely be successful from it. So putting that aside, I am currently working on about 5 other products, which are also like under development. Some of them are already in post launch, some of them are already in launching phase. But if, God forbid, something happened, it crumbles, I'm not the only one in it. We are three. Remember again that we are the founders of this. If it should go down, build again. We are going to start over. One, we've got the experience. Two, we understand better the market, and then we would be able to pick up from wherever it crumble and start packing it together again till we get to that top. There is no giving up anywhere until we die.
That's such an amazing response. This is the last segment, and it's personally one of my favorite segments. It's called Hot Take. I'm going to give you a topic, and I just want you to share your perspective on it. So, today's hot take is ChatGPT is making students or people dumber. So, what do you think about that?
If you are dumb, you are dumb. Honestly, if you are dumb, you are dumb. ChatGPT is not making anybody dumber. It is two ways. ChatGPT is either making you, or you are making ChatGPT. Um, couple of my friends will tell you that, oh, I've been able to train my own ChatGPT. Even me, I say it a lot that I have trained my ChatGPT. If you come on my ChatGPT and you tell him some things, he will tell you that this is not me that is talking. I tried it with a friend. I told him that I should give my ChatGPT a prompt to do something. My ChatGPT was like, "Is my device taken or is it stolen?" So it depends on how ChatGPT making you dumb or not dumb. It depends on you yourself. If God says you are dumb for life. It's only prayers that would help you. ChatGPT, like I said at the beginning, it is feeding on informations that's it is being given to, or that you give to him, or that is fetching online, or that it is fetching online. ChatGPT is only going to make you smarter and make you even have vast knowledge. I might not be able to sit down and take 10, 15 textbooks together because I want to get like different information. I can easily just tell ChatGPT that I want to have this particular information, and I need you not to put your focus on one source. I want you to search for various sources, and I want you to come bring all information you're able to gather for me in one. So it all depends on how you are using it. If you are dumb, your ChatGPT will also be dumb. If you are not dumb, then your ChatGPT will never be dumb. So ChatGPT or no ChatGPT, even AI in general, let's just forget about ChatGPT or anything. Whatever AI you are used to, whatever AI you are utilizing, it is not going to make you dumb. Rather, you really want to make it dumb. Like I said, it is either ChatGPT is making you or you are making ChatGPT. One of the two is going to happen.
Okay, thank you so much, Kolawole. This has been a very insightful interview. I think I've learned so much from your experience, from your story of rejection, and I am honestly so inspired and motivated. Do you have any last words to end the video for my wonderful viewers?
Just do your thing.
Okay, just do your thing. Thank you so much, guys, for watching. Please be sure to subscribe, like, and share this video. I love you guys so much.
Actually, I have a last word.
Okay.
Just do your thing, and always remember there is a market in the gap, but there is never a gap in the market. Think about it.
Thank you so much. Bye, everybody.
Thank you all for joining today's session. Don't be like my friend here, and see you guys next time. Don't forget to download SFX Money app and start using it today.
You guys don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Thank you.